A very good evening and a warm welcome to all the crypto buddies. I would like to welcome you all to the land of cryptoverse. I'm Rekha Khan, your host for the webinar, and we have with us Mr. Dilip today, who is a strong advocate for a crypto-driven world, joining us for the webinar today. Today, we're going to be talking about what is tokenization and what is the difference between ICO and STO. Dilip is going to take us through this journey today with his beautiful presentation and live case examples. Now that you've joined, you would have noticed that you all are in mute. If you have any questions throughout the webinar, please write them on the chat section. At the end of the webinar, we would be holding a Q&A session where all the queries of the participants would be answered by Dilip. From the creator of Odin, MCX, IX, here is yet another credible and exchange-neutral platform a user can rely on while walking towards the path of crypto and blockchain understanding. Starting from education to knowledge to the latest news, all covered under one super app, Crypto Wire. From a novice to a professional trader, every market participant can have a slice of information readily available on the touch of their fingers. Let me first walk you through the world's first crypto university, Crypto TV and Crypto Wire services. We all know that crypto and blockchain ecosystem is emerging at an immense speed, and to keep a track of all the events, prices, and news looks to be difficult. So what if we have a night like our buddy who walks with us, thinks like us, and responds to what we expect? Yes, you heard me right. Your own global crypto super app, Crypto Wire. Let me now take you through the app briefly. Here is a global crypto app, Crypto Wire. Let's start with the homepage of the app, which covers all the three pillars: Crypto University, Crypto TV, and Crypto Wire services. Starting with Crypto Wire services, we have rolled out India's first global index of cryptos, IC15. This is yet another feather in Crypto Wire's hat. It tracks the performance of top 15 cryptocurrencies globally based on market capitalization. Crypto enthusiasts and crypto traders can take informed decisions based on IC15. Coming to WireWatch section, in this section, we can monitor the best exchange to buy and the best exchange to sell a particular cryptocurrency. In the center of the screen, we can monitor the arbitrage opportunity available between the two exchanges for the same cryptocurrency. We have more than 350 plus cryptocurrencies listed on our platform, along with 70 plus crypto exchanges worldwide. Coming to our Crypto TV, it's an exclusive 24/7 mobile IPTV covering everything on crypto and blockchain. It is currently available in 4 different languages: English, Hindi, Gujarati, and Marathi. Coming to Crypto University, being world's first digital university to offer courses on crypto and blockchain, you can find the best courses available offered by MIT and University of Michigan in a single click of the app. With this, now I would like to introduce you all to our speaker for the day, Mr. Dilip Sainberg. Dilip is a founder and CEO of Muffin Play and Think Chain. His mission is to build, invest, and support crypto ventures. He is a strong advocate for a crypto-driven world. Muffin Play, his new venture, is a fintech and crypto venture which is harnessing the power of message, economy, and payments. Smile Crypto, his second venture, is the world's first cryptocurrency that you can earn by being happy. So let's all be happy today. He has been in the technology business for the last 12 years. In his entrepreneurial journey, he founded Axioms in 2010 as a technology venture to build digital products and help global business to become future ready. In 2016, Think Chain was founded, offering crypto, NFT, Web3, and blockchain solutions, one of the OGs of Indian crypto ecosystem. With this, I would like to welcome Dilip onto the webinar today. Hi, sir. How are you doing? Hi. So you can start, sir, now.
All right. So first of all, thank you, CryptoWire team and Rekha, for having me here. And giving me an opportunity to discuss about the current scenario of STO, ICOs, or probably many other things which I will be discussing here,
Sure.
primarily on the IDO side or the IEO. That's another way of raising funds. So let me start with let me share the screen with you. I think and then I'll quickly go through the
Sure.
entire subject here, and also I'll also give you the live example of how it's going to work for any many projects which people can work upon. Okay, first of all, I think the our topic of for today is what is STO, what is ICO, and we are hearing a lot of things about it, how it begins and what it does. So I think primarily we need to understand why we need an ICO in the first place. So I think we all are aware of the ventures which need to raise funds. So primarily we used to raise funds from our friends and family, or probably we used to invest our own money to start a venture. That was the earliest part of the business which we used to do, and still we are doing the same thing. And then the idea came in from the venture funds and also in the side of public offering, which we call it IPOs, where the ventures when they become mature, they get listed in the public listed exchanges like Nasdaq, or it can be BSC scan, BBSC basically, or probably in Indian exchanges when like Zomato, Paytm, and all these companies who became big, and then they listed themselves in the public listed exchanges. Now, so these were the traditional medium where we used to raise funds for our ventures or probably scale the ventures in that matter. Then came in the blockchain technology, which changed everything about raising funds for that matter. You can raise funds by just building a token. So I'll explain you about the token and how this token really works and how the people are raising funds. So I'll tell you the quickest example, how it how magical it can be. So generally, if we go out in the market and ask for the funds from angel investor, VCs, or from an individual, they always ask you about the traction. They always ask you about the product. They always ask you about many things that you need to invest in, and then you are eligible for getting funds. So probably they will be probably giving you $250,000 or maybe one CR, 1 CR rupees in return for your ideas and everything. But here the things are quite different. If we talk about the ICOs, the potential of ICOs. So the world's largest ICOs that happened, it's like for EOS. Now they have renamed it as Block One. They have raised $4.2 billion without having a product in the market, without having any you can say the traction from the customers, nothing. And they have raised $4.2 billion. So I'll give you more example on that part, how magically it can happen. Definitely it has raised lots of questions around how people are raising funds from ICOs, and as we say in the crypto world that 95% of the crypto projects are nothing but a scam. And that's how the people of crypto being tagged from across the globe, even from the government side, even from many other institutional investors, they have tagged the crypto project as some kind of scam. So for that reason, like in 2017 that happened, that lots of people were raising funds, and the project were not making any sense, and it was not progressing in a way which the company or the founders has projected. But so what happened at that time, then the STO, the security token concept got in the highlight, and we evolved from the process. So that was the gist about the topic of today. Then I think now I will be making you go through about the entire process of this ICO, IDOs, and IPOs basically. So coming to the primary thing about the token, what is token basically? So we all know about the company shares, like how it really works. So shares are allocated in the form of ownership. When the shareholders or probably the investor, they own the part of the company. This is how it really works. So similarly, in the crypto world, the tokens are created. It's basically a kind of a virtual digital asset which the Indian government has named them, We can call them VDAs, or we call them token as well. So these are the primary, you can say, the namings which we have given to the cryptocurrencies, or probably the assets, the digital assets in the market. So when somebody is raising the funds, they in return they get the tokens. Tokens can be of different types. So let me tell you the types of tokens. So these are the few token types. So if we talk about the payment tokens, or asset-based token, which is called as security token as well. And then there is a utility tokens. So I'll quickly explain you about these things, and how really it makes sense. So payment tokens are basically where you want to exchange something. Let's say if you're buying a car, or probably you're buying a burger. So you need to give them some kind of money, right? So right now we are exchanging fiat currencies, or probably we are using wallets in the market. So in exchange of goods. So payment tokens are primarily built to exchange of items. Like in the older world, we used to call them a barter system. So we provide the token to the person, and then they give you the goods and services. Basically, that's called payment token. The asset-based token are primarily the most important part, because here the all these tokens are backed by something. It can be your company's asset. It can be a real estate. It can be a gold. It can be anything which is tangible in the market, and which has value, basically. So this is how the security tokens or the asset-based tokens are created. And third is the utility tokens. So utility tokens are primarily built for the use cases. So let's say the Bitcoin is not a utility token. Why? Because Bitcoin do not give you the idea why or where you need to use the Bitcoin. So right now the people are crazy about Bitcoins, Ethereum, and all these tokens, because it increases in value dramatically. It increases in value, but they do not have the utility behind it. Utility means, can you use this particular token to buy something? Can you do the exchange in terms of goods or services with this using this particular token? So it doesn't work that way. So that's why they are not utility token. Utility token has to give the meaning toward it. Like if you want to, let's say, for example, like I mentioned, muffin coin here. So if you want to pay your bills, for that matter, so probably you can use this token to pay your bills, or electricity bill, or anything for that matter. Or you can use this token to exchange, or probably swap with the many other cryptocurrencies in the world. So these are the few nomenclature of the tokens which we have here. Now coming to the idea of which I just mentioned earlier about the IPO and the ICOs. So what are the core differences? So I mentioned about the idea when you can go to the go to the IPO, basically. So you need to be a very big company, very known name in the market. There are lots of compliances which we need to follow. In India we have SEBI for that. In the USA we have SEC for that. So they need to follow a very strict guidelines from the government side. So people are secured with the funds and everything. And it's also a very complicated process to raise fund as well. And countering to the IPO, we the people have invented the idea called ICO. So in ICO, what happened here, there are no regulation as such. Regulation means there is no government body which is controlling your assets, or probably telling about how it should be launched, or what should be the guidelines for that. It's not required to launch an ICO. You can raise a fund. So if you can see here, so like I have mentioned very specifically about the investor protection. So you can see the investor protection are very much secured here, but in initial coin offering, it's not secured. When we talk about the risk and reward, so the risk and reward both are high in the initial public offering, and in initial coin offering, the risk and rewards are quite low in that matter. Then when we see many other parameter about the IPO and ICO differentiation. So you can see here the reliability, legal coverage, profit sharing, fast investment, and all these things. So the primary difference of what I can say, for the IPO to be get listed of your venture, so you need to follow the local guidelines. But when it comes to the ICO, the investor can come from any part of the world. So let's say you are launching and launching your project in India, you can get funded from USA, you can get funded from Canada, you can get funded from any part of the world without having the restriction on the guidelines from the government side. But if you are launching an IPO, you cannot buy shares from USA, right? You cannot buy shares of Tesla. You cannot buy the Microsoft share by having in India. There are definitely compliance, then you can go ahead and buy. But in ICO, there are no restriction as such on the part where you launch the project. Then I'll quickly tell you about one of the world's biggest ICOs and how it really works and why people are so crazy about cryptos, because they have a very less knowledge of it, but they have seen a dramatically increase in the value. So I'll talk about the Ethereum, which was launched in 2014. The initial token price for Ethereum was 0.31 cent. Uh, and then the current price, which is the latest one, which I have taken from yesterday's market. Today it might be changed here. So the current price is $2,000. So you can see, imagine how big it has become over the years. So there is a dramatic change in the value part. When it comes to the other ventures like IOTA is there, Neo is there, and the US is there. So which I mentioned, the US has raised a $4.2 billion in their ICOs. When they launched, their value was 0.9 cent, and right now it's just a $1.3. So they didn't increase in value so much. So you can see there is a difference, like how you maintain your project, how your project goes in. So there is no guarantee in terms of the ICO that the project value will increase over the time. It depends how you want to take your project ahead. So if you can see here also the IOTA, the current price is lesser than what their initial price, and the Neo is definitely gone ahead and it has given a lots of return to the people. So these are the few significant ICOs which happened earlier, and this is how they have raised fund. Now coming to the idea part, so I think it would be better if I can explain you about the real life example and how it really works. And I think because this is much of a theoretical part, so I would like to make you go through the entire journey of the real life project. So right now I am working on a project called Muffin Pay. Muffin Pay is primarily a world's first utility token for bill payments, and this is what we are working on. So right now, let me tell you how it really works in terms of the process and how the token is built, how people can utilize the entire investment and everything here. So I am sharing my another screen. My screen is visible now.
Yeah, yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So this is the Muffin Pay project which I mentioned. So I'll take you quickly on the real life project how it's working. So we are working on the IDO model, which is like a bit different from the ICOs. I'll explain you what is the difference between ICOs and the IDOs and why it is a better option than the ICOs. So I mentioned about the tokens. So this is how the tokens looks like. So this is called Muffin Coin, which we have built over the Binance blockchain. So there are multiple blockchain like Ethereum is there, the Polygon is there, Solana is there. So people are building these tokens on using the primary blockchain. So this is what we have built. So here we have maintained 235 million Muffin coin. The name of the token is MFIN. So this is how it looks like in the Explorer, and it is open. So the beauty of blockchain is your shares and everything are open in the market. There is no hidden thing that people can hide. So it's everything is there in the transaction basically. So you can see all these details here, how it really works. So this is the token. Now, coming to the part where how the IDOs or probably the ICO works. So if we talk about this project here, so we are raising a fund. So this is called the entire a process called as the raising the funds by tokens. So this is called the tokenomics of the project, where we are raising the uh, uh, raising funds from the private sale here. So these are the initial token price for us, like 0.05 cent initially for the 5 million token, and then so on. You can see here. So here comes the tokenomics, which is very important part to get listed everywhere if you want to launch ICO, or probably if you want to go via the STO process as well, the process is same. So this is how the tokenomics looks like, and this is a very critical part, whether your project is going to be authenticated, whether your project is good or not. So this is how we analyze the project, how it's going to work out. So this is the one tokenomics area, and the second one would be the vesting schedule, how your token will be vested, how you will be making money out of it as an investor, or how you will be getting your token in place in the future as well. So this is how it really works. So when it comes to the fundraising part, it's quite easy in a way, which I've just mentioned, that the ICOs are quite easier than the IPO part. In the IPO, you need to buy the shares from the company owners, and then this is how it's been allocated. So here, this is the crypto wallet which we have mentioned. So if somebody need to buy in the process of ICOs or IDOs, they can just transfer the funds by their cryptos. So this wallet is also visible in the market. So if you can see here in the Etherscan, you just need to paste the address here, and you will be able to see our wallet. It's like we have opened our bank account to the public. This is how the blockchain works. So in the blockchain, that is the beauty, that everybody can see your bank account statement, and how much you are making in the process. So this is where, if you can see here, so in the current wallet, we are holding almost 2.03 Ethereum. That is currently value at $6,500. And then there are other token as well. So there is a USD coin, which is like around 49,100 USD, which we have. So this is the live investment which we are getting from the Muffin Pay project. So this is how it really works. So just giving you the idea about how it really works. So when we say that how you can see about the token to get listed. So there is a site called Coin Market Cap. There are multiple websites in the market where you can see all these token, or whichever tokens are there. So when you make it public, like when the IDO event comes in, the ICO event comes in, then it gets launched, and then you can see all the movements here. So you can see all these tokens here. They are listed here. So these are the basic website where you can check all these details and everything. So I was talking about the processes and how it really works. So I have shown you the live example of how the ICO really works. So I'll tell you quickly about the STOs. So why STOs are quite important here. So the companies, like the listed companies, if they have the real asset value and they want to protect the investors' interest. So in the STO, primarily you can allocate your shares of the company. In the ICOs, it doesn't work that way. In ICO, you do not need to allocate your company's equity to the investor. It is not required. But in the STO, the owner of or probably the investor, they can have the control over the company, over the management, over the decision making, and also on the equity part, they also reap the benefit like dividends or the profit from the company. But in the case of ICOs, it doesn't work that way. You only hold the tokens, and then whatever the token price would be, you will be making profit by either doing the exchange, or probably using that token in the future. So this is the basic difference between the ICO and the STO. So we can call it the STO is the future of IPO. So IPO would be converting into the STO probably in the near future. That's the objective, because STO provides a very solid ground for having an equity. Because in the IPO, what happens? You need to sign a paper. There will be a bond. There will be a paper, and this is how the equity has been allocated. But in the case of STOs, the entire equity has been given you in the blockchain, and you cannot tamper the tokens. You cannot hack the tokens. So nothing like where you have the issues with the paper based equity like in the IPO case. So people also do the frauds, or probably they make some issues in the part of, even they are regulated. So that case doesn't happen with the STOs. So that's the beauty of the STO, and STOs is primarily the token built over the blockchain, as which I have just mentioned about the ICOs as well. So now coming to the part of the IDO and the ICO. So I'll quickly tell you how the evolution has evolved over the time. So initially there was a ICO. It's called initial coin offering. Then the picture came in for the IEO, that is called initial exchange offering. So when we say exchange means the centralized exchange. So there are two kind of exchange in the blockchain industry. One is the decentralized, And the second one is the centralized exchange. Centralized exchange is primarily held by the individuals, which is regulated by the government as well. So where your money is more secured in a way that it's regulated. On the other hand, the in the decentralized exchange like the Pancake Swap, Uniswap, they offer the decentralized exchange where you don't need to go through the process of the the approvals or the many compliance part which you need to adhere for the centralized exchange. So I'll quickly tell you about the IDO exchanges, how it really works. So here I think we all know about the Binance. So Binance is the centralized exchange, which is mostly regulated by the government also, and by it's owned by the company. And there is another exchange this is Pancake Swap. So this is decentralized exchange. So where you can launch your tokens or launch your entire project into it. So it's one of the biggest decentralized exchange in the world. So that's one. And coming to the STO part, so STO plays a very different role. So there is a INX exchange which offer the STO offering. So if let's say if the company want to launch an IPO, they can easily go by the INX process, and they can list their tokens there, and it's regulated by the government. So it's highly regulated than the centralized exchange or the decentralized exchange. So this is how the exchanges really works here. Okay, so coming to the part where I was explaining about the STO. So IDOs are quite easier to launch. In STO, you need to go through a lots of processes. So here, let's say the company want to issue a token to an investor. The people need to first they need to mint the token. Secondly, the all these transactions or all these things that need to be go by the compliances part which government has given to the certain country. Like in the USA, the STO compliances are quite different from the Indian perspective, or any other countries for that matter. So here is how it really works. So again, because STO is also a form of the crypto token, so it's also recorded on the blockchain, unlike the traditional IPO processes. And this is how the entire process really works here for the STOs basically. Now coming to the most interesting part, which I've just mentioned, that the people think that cryptos are mostly run by the scammers, or it's about the scam basically. So we need to, as an investor, we need to check few very good, you can say a parameter, or you can say there are some kind of uh, checklist which you need to follow before investing in any project. So here you can see there we first you need to analyze about the project, what the project is all about. Then you need to analyze about the team, like who is behind the project, are they legit people, what are their experiences in the project, and can they drive the entire venture or not. Then comes to the tokenomics, which I've just shown you, that how the tokenomics really works. So what happens here, when some of the people they launch the project, so founders take the equity, and or probably the management takes the equity. What happens when they launch in the IDO, so they run away with the money. So this is called the rug pull event. So we need to really understand, are these tokens really locked for the founders? Are they it is secured for the investor or not? Because eventually, when as an investor you need to take your returns first, then the founder comes in. So it's always to analyze the tokenomics pretty well. And that's the we have a limited time, but tokenomics is the soul of the project, and which we need to understand deeply. And then there is a community. So is there any presence in the market? Like people are people talking about it? What are the standards, or probably the media is talking about it or not? So we need to analyze all these things to not be a part of any scam project in the market. So this is how really it works uh, in the IDO or probably in the ICOs. So I believe that was it from my end. I think if anybody has any question, I'm happy to answer that.
Sure. Thank you so much. That was interesting, and we also got to see the live, information that you shared with us. That was quite detailed and informative. With this, I have a few questions that have come into me. I would like to take the first question, Dilip. The first question is, what opportunities does tokenization provide to us?
See, as I mentioned about the tokenization, so it is quite different from the standard IPO processes. So tokens are much easier to transfer. That is one. So if you are raising a fund, you can allocate the tokens, unlike giving the equities to the people. So there are two ways. Either you can go by the ICO process, or either you can go by the STO process. So it's much more convenient. Number one. Number two, as the it's not written in the paper, it's like it's in the blockchain, so it cannot be hacked. So this is the opportunity it provides.
Thank you. The second question that we've gotten is, how can a token be backed by a physical asset?
Right. So primarily, there are multiple tokens. I think initially, a few days back, we have seen the crash by the Luna, which was backed by the dollar, but technically it was not backed by the dollar. So when we see backed by any of the digital asset, it means, let's say we are saying that our token is valued $1. $1 is equal to one token. So it means we should own the $1 worth of money in our bank account. This is the basis of owning the asset-based tokens, or it can be a real estate asset, it can be a gold. It has to be a property related to the tokens, and this is how you maintain the standard. But what happens with the other kind of tokens, like, so they are algorithm-based tokens, which doesn't hold the real assets at the back end. So
Right.
this is very important to understand whether the token hold the asset in the back, whether there is a the compliance or the any body which has verified the sources that okay, they have the token, they have the asset backed by this or not. So this is very important.
Sure. The next question that we've got is, how are tokenization and blockchain technology related?
See, tokenization is possible because of the blockchain technology, because eventually these are known as virtual digital assets, or you can say the token. So token is minted because of the blockchain. So this is how it's related. Otherwise, in the previous time, we used to offer some kind of ticketing system, or probably we used to give them the coupon. So again, but it's not secured. So right now we are talking about the token. So token can be without the blockchain, but it's not blockchain token what we mentioned here. So yeah,
Right. I think because of the blockchain technology, it is more secured.
it is more secured. Yes, you can check your tokens into your explorer also. So it's available for everybody in the market.
Absolutely. The fourth question that we have is, how do I pay for an ICO?
So they primarily for the ICOs, as I have shown you the real life example, primarily you need to give them the wallet address publicly, that this is our authentic wallet. It's like a bank account where the investor can deposit the money in the form of crypto. So this is how it really works. And then again, as I mentioned, this wallet is going to be publicly available. People can see the wallet in the explorer, and they can see that whether the transaction is made or not. So the beauty of it is, like, unlike the bank account, see, if you're transferring the money to somebody and then you need to ask them whether they have received the fund or not. In this case, if they have transferred the fund, it's visible to all. They cannot lie that they have not received the fund, because your bank account statement is open to see for everybody.
Right. True. The next question that we have is, what is the money raised from the ICOs used for generally?
So, okay, so as I mentioned earlier, so it's the entire process of ICOs or STO, or any other activities. It's used for the fundraising, and then the money is used for the running the company. It can be for the product building, it can be for the team salaries, it can be for the operational cost, it can be for the business operation to execute basically. Which for that we need the funds, and this is how the fundraising activity happens.
Right. So next up is, what is the STO's impact on the future of fundraising?
So as I mentioned earlier, also the future of fundraising, so it's going to be a probably replacing the IPO process, because IPO is quite complex and they are based on the paper and agreement, and STO offers everything what IPO is offering, because it's governed by the government. You need to comply with the government side as well. So I strongly believe that STO is going to impact lots of companies when they are going to, list for the IPOs. I'm talking about the bigger companies here because it's much more secured, because it's not like a you need to buy shares from the demat
Right.
or probably register an account there. So it's a future of IPO, you can say. It's the best of both things, the ICOs and the IPOs
It's a mix
combining,
of both. Yeah,
mix of both.
absolutely. True. So now we have a last question, which is how do I create a security token offering?
So I have mentioned about the security token of offering in my deck also. So how generally we create. So first of all, you need to back by something. So let's say if your company want to go to the STO, right? STO process. So similar to the IPO, you need to allocate the shares basically of the company, which people can control, or you need to back with something. So back something means the government or some regulatory body, they need to assign that, they need to mention that, okay, your security token is backed by something, or probably it's secured in a way, but the process is same. It's not like that when we are minting a token for ICOs or IDOs, it's going to be different. No, it's not going to be different. The process is same. It's just the compliance part comes in. That makes it different from the ICOs.
Right. Thank you so much. I think with this, we will not be taking any more questions. I think we are done with the questions. I would like to thank Dilip for taking our time and sharing his views on today's topic. I really appreciate your efforts taken, to very beautifully explain to us the complete process. I would also like to thank the wonderful audiences who've shown interest in learning and making informed decisions before entering the crypto market. If not already downloaded the CryptoWire app, please do that today to be a part of the global learning. Thank you so much. We would also appreciate your feedbacks. Dilip, I would also appreciate if you would also share your feedback. And definitely the attendees' feedbacks are utmost important for us. This helps us enhance the sessions better. Thank you so much. Our next webinar is on the 24th, and we'll be having an international speaker coming in on board. Thank you all. It was a great session. Thank you, Dilip. We
Thank you.
really had a great time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.